This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 10, verse 21. A remnant will come back, a remnant of Jacob to the mighty power. For though your people Israel are as numerous as the sands of the seashores, only a remnant will come back. Destruction has been decreed. A just punishment is about to engulf you. I'd like to give all glory and praises and honor to Almighty Yahweh Yahushai. I'd like to give all praises and honor to Almighty Yahweh Yahushai. Double honors to the ministry of mass who rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. This is Brother Boaz on the set once again. Only a remnant is going to come back, okay, when this thing goes down. It's not going to be too many people to make it out with their life when this thing goes down, okay? Our job is to keep 10 toes down and to persevere and to keep all calling on the names of Yahweh Yahushai so we can make it out with our life when this thing goes down. Let's get it. The book of Isaiah, chapter 10, verse 20. At that time, those left in Israel, those who remained of the family of Jacob, will no longer rely on foreign leaders that abuse them. Instead, they will rely on Yahweh, the Holy One of Israel. Jumping down to 23. The sovereign Yahweh of heavenly armies is certainly ready to carry out the decree destruction on throughout the land, okay? What land? Okay? That's what this thing is all about here in America, okay? Yahweh Yahushua is about to destroy this place. So you wanna make it out with your life when this thing comes down. Okay, that's what this thing's about. Let's get it. The book of the book of Genesis chapter 13, verse 10. Lot looked up and saw the whole region of Jordan. He notices that it was all the region was well watered. This was before Yahweh obliterated Sodom and Gomorrah, like the garden of Yahweh, like the land of Egypt, all the way to Zor. Okay, so Yahweh Shah is going to obliterate this place. You want to keep 10 toes down so you can make it out with your life. The book of the book of Genesis chapter 19 verse 14. Lot went out and spoke to his sons-in-laws who was going to marry his daughter and says, quick, get out of this place because Yahweh is about to destroy the city. But his son-in-law thought he was ridiculing them, okay? So that's what they believe the prophets. The prophets are saying the same thing that America is about to be destroyed, and people think this is just fun and games and just entertainment. Okay, no, America's actually about to be destroyed. Okay, you got to come back to Yahweh Yahushua while you still can, while the doors of mercy are still open. Okay, this thing is going down. Okay, and if you want to escape with your life, if you want your life to for a prey, you'll call on the names of Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, so you can make it out with your life when this thing goes down. Okay, The book of Acts, chapter 4, verse 8. Then Peter, filled with the Holy Spirit, replied, rulers of the people of elders, if we are being examined today for a good deed done to a sick man, by what means this man was healed, let it be known to all of you, to all the people of Israel, that by the name of Yahweh Shai Mashiach the Nazarene, whom you crucified, whom power raised from the dead, this man stands before you healthy. This Yahweh Shai is a stone that was rejected by you builders, that has become the cornerstone. And there is no salvation in no one else, for there is no other name under heaven given among people by which we must be saved. Okay, so that's it. That's it. Okay. And this thing is going down. The book of Second Peter chapter 3, verse 10. But the day of Yahweh will come like a thief. When it comes, the heavens will disappear with a horrific noise, and the celestial bodies will melt away in a blaze, and the earth and every deed done on it will be laid bare. Okay? This thing is about to come to pass. The book of Isaiah, chapter 21, chapter 27, 12. 12. At that time, Yahweh will shake the trees from the Euphrates rivers to the streams of Egypt. Then you will be gathered one by one, O Israelites. At that time, a large number will be bowed, and the ones lost in the land of Assyria will come, as well as the refugees in the land of Egypt. They will worship Yahweh on the holy mountain in Jerusalem. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 50, verse 20. When that time comes, no guilt will be found in Israel, no sin will be found in Judah, for I will forgive those of them that I allow to survive. I, Yahweh, affirmed it, okay? So it's only going to be a remnant to make it out with their life. It's not going to be a lot of people to make it out with their life when this thing goes down. And you have to run the race like you're going to make it out with your life, like you got the prize, okay? I don't box like a boxer beat in the air, okay? You got to run the race like you're going to make it, okay? You, who knows? You might be of the elect, so you can make it out with your life. You never know. Yahweh Shai might give you a repairo, okay? A repairo. You never know. Yahweh Shai might deliver you, okay? You never know. So do it with all your might, okay? That's what this thing's all about. The book of Ecclesiasticus, so known as Sirach, chapter 43, verse 27. We may speak much and yet come short, wherefore in sum is all. How shall we be able to magnify him? for he is great, his great above all his works. Yahweh is terrible and very great and marvelous in power. When ye glorify Yahweh, exalt him as much as you can, for even at yet will you far exceed. And when ye exalt him, put forth all your strength, and be not weary, for ye can never go far enough. Who have seen him that he might tell us, who have might magnify him as he is? There are yet bigger things than these, for we have been a few of them of his works. For Yahweh has made all things, and to the godly he has given wisdom. Okay. Okay, one moment. The book of First Corinthians chapter 9 verse 24. Do you know that all runners in a stadium compete, but only one receives a prize? So run to win. Each competitor must exercise self-control in everything that they do it to receive a perishable crown, but we an imperishable one. So I do not run uncertainly or box like one who hits the air. Instead, I subdue my body and make it my slave, so that preaching to others, I myself will not be disqualified. Okay, you got to run the race. That's what this thing is about. You got to run the race like you are of the elect, so you have a chance to make it out with your life. Who knows? Yahweh Shai once again might deliver you. The book of Hebrews, chapter 12, verse 1. Therefore, since we are surrounded by such great cloud of witnesses, we must get rid of every weight and the sin that clings so closely, to run with endurance the race set out for us. Okay. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, verse 8. When the time comes for them to be rescued, said Yahweh of heavenly armies, I will rescue you from foreign subjugation. I will deliver you from your captivity. Foreigners will no longer subjugate them, but they will be subject to Yahweh their power and to their Davidic rule, who I will raise up as king among them. So I will tell you, don't be afraid, you descendants of Jacob, you my servants. Don't be terrified, people of Israel, for I will restore you and your descendants from a faraway lands where you are captives. The descendants of Jacob will return to their land to enjoy peace. They will be secure, no one will terrify them. For I, Yahweh, affirm that I will be with you and rescue you. I will completely destroy the nations that were I scatter you, but I will not completely destroy you. I will indeed discipline you, but only in due measure. I will not allow you to go entirely unpunished. Okay, so that's what this thing's about. That's what this thing is all about. Okay, run the race like you are gonna serve. Okay, and be delivered. The book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 20. The exiles of the fortress of the people of Israel will take possession of what belongs to the people of Canaan, as far as Zarephath, and the exiles of Jerusalem who are in Shepherd will take possession of the towns of the Negab. Those who have been delivered will go up to Mount Zion in order to rule over Esau's mountain. Then Yahweh will reign as king. The book of Hosea, chapter 10, verse chapter 1, Salakia, chapter 1, verse 10. However, in the future, the number of the people of Israel will be like the sand of the seashore that no one can measure or number. Although it was said unto them, You are my people, it will be said unto them, You are not my people, Salakia. It will be said unto them, You are the children of the living God. Then the people of Judah and the people of Israel will gather together. They will anoint themselves one leader and will flourish in the land. Certainly the day of Jezreel will be great. Okay, so it's this thing that's going down. And if you don't want to miss this midnight train in Georgia out of here, you call on the names of Yahweh Yahushai and get this doctrine of GMS. Okay, they got it. Like we discussed on multiple occasions, they cracked the riddle and they got it. Okay, you don't need to look any further. Okay, they cracked the riddle. Okay, so one moment. The book of Amos, chapter 9, verse 15. I will plant them in their land, and they will never again be uprooted from the land I have given them, says Yahweh your power. And on that note, I like to give all glory and honor to Almighty Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. Shalom.